Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and yeah, we're back on more issues dealing with abortion. This we're going to look at here because we have some things to notice about abortion. We'll start off here from the Human Rights Council. They have a story up. Human Rights Crisis, Abortion in the U.S. after Dobbs. And essentially, the Dobbs decision, which overturned Roe v. Wade, it's leading to some serious issues, as some of us knew it would. One of the biggest stories that has brought this to the point where, this needs to be paid attention to. This is one of the most recent ones. The Texas Supreme Court temporarily blocks a woman from emergency abortion and forces her to find out-of-state care. Yeah, she had a lower court rule. Yes, she can have an abortion because the fetus she was carrying had health problems and would not survive a birth. So yes, it was a matter of health. But Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton filed a petition to reverse a lower court ruling to allow a Dallas woman, Kate Cox, to receive an emergency abortion. So, the monster don't care about a woman's health. The Texas Supreme Court has temporarily blocked a judge's decision to allow a woman to receive an emergency abortion. On Thursday, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton filed a petition to reverse a lower court ruling to allow a Dallas woman, Kate Cox, to terminate her pregnancy legally under a 14-day restraining order against the state's abortion ban. Abortion is currently banned in Texas after 6 weeks, which is before most people know they're pregnant. The law does not allow exceptions for women who were impregnated as a result of rape or incest. Under the legislation, private citizens can also sue doctors or abortion clinic workers who perform or help to set up the procedure. So, attacking the health rights of women and those who provide the health services. And they keep crying, we're pro-life. No, you're pro-forced birth. If you were pro-life, you would believe in not taking medicines to fight off viruses and illnesses. You wouldn't eat meat. No, you're pro-forced birth. Say what it is. But Cox, 31, is 20 weeks pregnant, and her fetus has been diagnosed with a deadly genetic condition called trisomy 18 that is putting her own health at risk. Several doctors advised her that her pregnancy is likely to end in a stillbirth, or at best, her baby will live for only minutes, hours, or days, according to her attorney's response to Paxton's appeal. So, yeah, I mean, this dude, he's a horrible human being. Yeah. He's a junk human being. And it's one of the reasons I think the Supreme Court screwed up horribly when they overturned Roe v. Wade. You know, this was about health, rights, but no. People cry, oh, it's pro-life. No, it's pro-forced birth. Say it for what it is. You're not pro-life. But this isn't the only case. Article's over a year old. 2022. Louisiana woman carrying unviable fetus forced to travel to New York for abortion. Like I'm saying, this is becoming a common thing, but the right wing don't care. They do not care. Nancy Davis suffered unspeakable pain due to poorly worded law that meant hospital in home state refused to terminate pregnancy. Here's another one from Texas. Not even about Kate Cox. This is another issue from Texas. Texas abortion law means woman has to continue pregnancy despite fatal anomaly. Kylie Beaton's doctors agreed mom was at risk, but said her hands were tied legally. So yeah, Kylie Beaton was looking forward to having her second child later this year. Now she's faced with carrying an unviable pregnancy to its end due to Texas's highly restrictive abortion ban. And then Texas woman forced to give birth to a stillborn son. She's suing. I was told that if I tried to discharge myself or seek care elsewhere, that I could be arrested for trying to kill my child. So this is the third woman from Texas since the Texas BS passed after Roe v. Wade was overturned. Kirsten Hogan thought she would never be able to carry a pregnancy to term. She'd nearly given up hope when in June 2021 she learned she was pregnant. But at just 19 weeks, days after Texas's Senate Bill 8 went into effect, Hogan woke up at 5 a.m. in excruciating pain. She called 911 and was instructed to unlock her front door and lay on the ground until EMTs arrived. It was the longest 5 minutes of her life. Her water had broken. By the time she arrived at the hospital, she had lost too much amniotic fluid for her son to survive, but hospital staff didn't tell her that. They didn't tell me much about my son's chances of survival, but the one thing they did make clear repeatedly was that I should not leave. I was told that if I tried to discharge myself or seek care elsewhere, that I could be arrested for trying to kill my child. So of course I stayed. Yeah. And this is from Florida. Because of Florida abortion laws, she carried her baby to term knowing he would die. A Florida woman unable to get an abortion in her state carried to term a baby who had no kidneys. Her son, Milo, died in her arms on March 3rd, shortly after he was born, just as her doctors had predicted he would. Yeah. It's BS. They're not Republicans, right-wingers. You're not pro-life. You're pro-forced birth. Say it for what it is. And one of the earliest ones we know of was a young, I think she was 13, she was raped. And they were forcing her to carry this raped child that would not live because it had issues as well. And it was unviable. But, you know, they didn't care. Oh, you know, you need to carry the baby to term. Why? It endangers her life. And it won't survive regardless. So yeah, these right-wingers and religious lunatics who were so glad Roe v. Wade was overturned, even though it was the very moderate decision. You know, it wasn't extreme at all. It was very moderate. But no, the extremists don't like anything that don't coincide with their ideology. And so they hated it. But yeah. Again, more reasons why one should never, ever back the right wing. Period. Period. There's no but. Period. Over. Anyway. Yeah. Just wanted to discuss that a bit with y'all. Roe v. Wade's definitely having already effects that are screwing up people's lives since they've overturned Dobbs v. Jackson BS Supreme Court decision. Democrats, feckless, ineffective, Republicans purposely go out of their way to hurt you. And it's like, really, these are the choices we have as a nation? Really? Such ridiculousness. Anyway. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting links in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.